That's pretty nasty. Turkey Vulture. What's up? Hey, buddy. Keep out. No trespassing. I'm not allowed to do this, but I'm going to do it anyway. Hey, what's up, guys? Guys and gals, I should say. I don't think I have too many female followers on my channel, but I could be wrong. I think I know several of the names out there, but not many. So I wanted to get a little ride in because it's gonna rain actually later today, and off and on. But I wanted to get a ride in because I'm finding myself not riding as much as I intended to do, and a lot of that reason has to do with trying to run this channel. You get caught up in this this crazy world of online, online madness, where, and any of you that have a channel, you can relate to that. I know some of you that follow my channel have your own channels. Sometimes the channel itself will dictate the content as far as if you're going to ride or if you're going to do another type of video. And this channel started out as a moto vlog, and for the most part it still is. But although I do like to do other content, I like to do reviews. As you know, I like to ride other bikes when I have the opportunity, and some of the other stuff. And if I'm repeating myself, I apologize. Riding and narrating isn't as easy as I thought sometimes. But getting back to the channel, and then you got to watch people backing out of their driveways and whatnot, because people do not see you for some reason. You're a very narrow little image to them, and they don't see you. So that's why I got the white helmet. That's why I ride with my brights on constantly in the daylight, just to hope to gain that visibility, because people are so busy in their phones and they just don't pay attention. And you have a lot of people that's coming over to this country that from other countries that their traffic laws are basically suggestions. They just kind of form their own path, and they don't. I mean, I was driving down the road the other day, just going up to the speedway and getting gas, and I could tell they were from a different country just by their complexion and everything, and they weren't thinking nothing of it. But this young girl, I am not kidding you, I am surprised she did not hit my bumper. That is how close to my back end she was. And she's just talking to the like an older person in the car, whether it was her mother or I don't know who it was. But and I kept like, really, I kept like tapping my brake, like, come on. And she didn't get the point. She doesn't understand. But no kidding, I could not even see her headlights on her vehicle. That's how close she was driving to my car. And so what I do, I'm like, well, you're gonna hit me if you're not paying attention, because I can see you more in tune to talking to this lady. So I kind of slow down and like almost pull over to the side of the road, and guess what they do? They do the same thing. I'm like, so I roll my window down and I'm like, go around me, and they didn't even understand what that meant. So, oh my God, that's just one example that I can give you. But my goodness, people have no clue how to drive when they come over to this country. So you got to be very, very careful. It's a nice, beautiful day. It is November, and I'm out here riding. That's awesome, because really you can't do that in Ohio too often, especially where, well, the southwestern part of Ohio, where I'm from, the Cincinnati area, a little north of that, it stays warm. It's getting to be a little bit longer in the season where it's staying warmer, which is nice. That gives me more riding opportunity. This is a road that I would love to live off of, like one of these ranches, maybe not on the main drag here, but maybe something back there. Very quiet area. Of course, you have the gun range right here. This is actually where the Hamilton, I believe it is, I think it's the city of Hamilton, where they have their gun range. Let's see if I can, I used to know the code to this, but I'm not going to do it. But yeah, back there, Hamilton, yeah, Hamilton Police Department. There's a like a gun range back there, and I've actually been back there and shot on that range, and I have some video of that in another video. But it's so around here you'll hear the gun range, you'll hear the shots going off occasionally, and I can even hear them from my house, so I can't imagine. But you know what, I could care less. If I lived around here and I heard gunshots and I knew there was a range back there, who cares, man? I'd rather hear that than a lot of other things in life, you know. But yeah, this is a nice, very nice, kind of off the beaten path area. And you got to be careful here again. Squirrel. You got to be careful here with leaves, okay? If you're riding, and look at this, leaves on the actual bends and curves, if you hit that going too fast and you got a pile of leaves on the pavement, yeah, that'll take your wheels right out from under you. So got to be leery of anything on a bike. But it's so much fun riding a bike because, what is this? Turkey vulture. What is this in the road here? Oh, it's a possum. That's pretty nasty. Turkey vulture, you're okay. Go back to your din-din. Interesting. Well, you know, that's just nature for you. That's a cycle of life, right? Something gets hit by a car, and the turkey vultures are the scavengers of the world. They got to eat too. I don't like seeing animals hurt or killed. That's just not me. I'm an animal lover, I guess. That's why I don't think I've ever hunted in my life. I'm one of those guys, right? Yeah, pansy. No, I'm kidding. But no, I mean, I appreciate animals, and if I had to hunt to survive, that's a different story. But I'm just not a fan of hunting for some odd reason, because I don't know. There's a big debate about that. Well, the deer population, if you don't control it, it'll get out of control. Yeah, I get that aspect of it too, but there's plenty of people that hunt, so they don't need me involved either. This is a nice road though, man. This is like something where it's got a lot of curves, back off the beaten traffic, you know, off the beaten path, I should say, with traffic. Leaves, leaves, leaves. But I'm in no hurry. That's the nice thing about getting on a bike like this, is you can just, and this is a ride video. I don't do as many ride videos as I have this year because I've been focusing on all the other stuff like the reviews and things like that. So getting out here and riding is just a cool and easy experience. If you have a channel, you know what I'm talking about. Look at this horse here. Hey, buddy. Let's see. Hey, what's up? Hey, buddy. Beautiful. All right, I'll let you go. Don't want to spook you too much. So yeah, very close to me, we have more of, we got some farms back here, and this is like just a few minutes from my house, so it's nice to come back here. And this would be an awesome, the river runs right along there. Yeah, these houses, this is a very nice house here. This would be cool to have. And this right here, there's a path. This is like a bike path, and I've taken this will go all the way up from Rensselaer's Forest, this path. It's hard to see from here because of that embankment. Let me get up here. But this actually, this path right here, you can see it now. This will go, it comes all the way down here, and it crosses over the road, and then it goes back into there. I'll show you when we get up here, and you can ride this. It's like maybe 10 miles, and I did a video on that where I did the whole thing up and back, and I filmed it. I think I did it up and back. Maybe I just did it one way. Actually, I think I did the whole trip up and back. So if you like relaxing bicycle rides on a nature trail. Check that one out. I haven't done that in a long time, but man, you know, time just escapes me so fast. I wanted to do it this summer, like get the trek bike out and ride, but you know, never amounted to that. I still have time. But here, this is a junkyard, I think, a vehicle junkyard over here on the right. And here's the crossing, 300 feet. This is where the bike path entrance is to go back to this side. Yeah. So you can actually get to all these places, and it tells you the mileage right there. Fairfield Waterworks. So that's 7.8 miles, but you know, by the time that you start way up at Joyce Park there, it's about a 10-mile one way. I wish I could ride my bike down there. That would be cool, this bike. But you're not allowed motor vehicles on it for a reason. See? No motor vehicles. Interesting. Let's get on the road. And I wanted to thank each and every one of you again that follows my channel and subscribes. It's been an interesting year because I finally became what they call monetized. And for those of you that run a channel, a lot of you have already been monetized, but this is new to me, and it's not a huge deal. It just, all that means is when you see those advertisements on the videos you watch, some of them are skippable, some of them you have to sit through the 14 seconds of ads. Well, when that happens, Google pays YouTube for ads called AdSense, right? That's the platform. So when Google pays YouTube something like that, and then we get a cut of that as content creators. So it's a very, very, very tiny, man, my gloves are starting to disintegrate. It's a very tiny percentage, but it all adds up because people are making millions and millions of dollars on their YouTube channels. But you got to be huge for that. Just for my channel, it's just more of a fun thing to do. Although it's gaining traction, unless I start coming up with different type of content, which I do plan. It's very hard because I'm in a point right now, like, where do I go with the channel, you know? So if you guys have any ideas that are some of my regular subscribers, hey, I'm all ears, because the hardest thing of a content creator is coming up with content. Content that people are actually interested in watching, and I don't know how many people interested in watching. See my horn. Deek, deek, deek. Ooh, hey, the horn works. I don't know how interesting riding a motorbike down a road is for a lot of people out there, so I try to mix it up. I try to do different things for my channel, as you know, and some of them go well, some of them like nobody's really interested in. So yeah, just still trying to find that balance. But more importantly, gotta watch these leaves. More importantly, I do the channel for me, and anybody that has a channel out there, listen up, man. You got to do it for you. And I had to remind myself of that recently, because I got to a really close burnout mentality where I'm like, do I really want to do this anymore? And that's shortly after I became monetized too. I almost had visions and thoughts of like just doing something different. But then I'm like, because for me, there's the river. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, this is nice too. You can actually stand up on the floorboards. I wouldn't recommend it. You got to be careful when you do that. So kids, don't try that at home, but you can stand on the floorboards if you have to and take a look and, yep, kind of get a higher perspective in case you need to look higher in the road. But I don't do it. That's probably the first time I ever did that, actually. But what I was saying is, getting back to the channel, I try to give my audience a variety of things, you know, like a variety of content, and it's not easy because, did you drag that off the road, buddy? Or was that in the same spot? It looked like he dragged it closer to the side. Interesting. The content is, I think people that follow my channel obviously follow it because they enjoy motorbikes or they have this type of bike and they enjoy the, you know, getting somebody else's perspective of this motorbike. But then I have followers that don't own a motorbike. So, but I don't know. I wish I would know. Oh, that's a good poll question. I got to put in the community tab. How many people follow my channel actually own a motorbike or a scooter? You know, that'd be interesting. A little windy here. I'll shut up for a minute. So back here, when I passed it before, that's the gun range back there for the Hamilton police. Keep out, no trespassing. Yep. And there's the call box. But see this call box here? I used to range hours 8 to 4, Monday through Friday. But yeah, there was a code at one time that they gave us when we were doing the academy, the police academy, the citizens part, that we could go back there and you have to schedule it, but you could go back there and practice on the range. And I don't know how often they changed that code. I don't remember it anymore, but I did for a long time. There's the back of the cemetery. Well, the one thing about a cemetery, it's peace and quiet. I wouldn't mind at all living next to a cemetery. No riffraff. That's a big cemetery though. Man, this goes on for a while. Looks like it's pretty overcrowded too. I don't know if they have any plots left. Holy criminy, that's big. There's a black cat up here in the road. But no, today I just wanted to take a ride and kind of just have something different in the mix. I've been doing a lot of different things like reviews and stuff on my channel, but I wanted to just do a ride video. It's been a while since I've actually done a ride video. So I hope you guys appreciate that. I hope you enjoy these ride videos. I'm going to do a poll, like I said, on the community tab to really see what the audience enjoys most. And I did that about 3 or 4 months ago, and it was a little bit of mixture of this and that. So that's why I try to do a variety. Let me go back here. This here is a water treatment, I think one of the water treatment facilities, and the river runs right next to it. Can't see it from here, but there's that embankment up there, kind of far away. I'll get up here a little bit closer. But the bike path goes right by that facility right there. Not allowed to do this, but I'm going to do it anyway. Here's the river. I don't know if you could see it. See, a nice thing about a scooter or a little motorbike like this is you can get up here. This is probably illegal, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time up here. I just wanted to get up here on this embankment and see. You could see the water, the river goes right by that treatment facility. Yeah, I'm going to get down here. My luck, a cop car will come back here and find me or something, so don't want to do that too long. But that's a Great Miami River up there, and a lot of fun that you can just take one of these bikes and do something like that at the, you know, spur of the moment, not hurting anybody. Winter's coming up now, so I probably won't have too many. A beautiful day though. I probably won't have too many opportunities to ride the bike much longer because I'm not a fan of winter and riding in cold weather. I want to get up to the store, and I think I'll do that when it gets too cold to ride. The Iron Pony up there in Columbus, it's a huge superstore, and I've mentioned it before, but I'm going to get up there and I'll film that. I'll kind of show you guys what that's all about. Get some riding gear, especially for the summer. I don't really have anything that's designed for summer. I don't have any riding gear except just normal clothing. I have a vest under this because it's a little chilly this morning, but I don't have any official riding gear, you know what I mean, like stuff for extreme conditions, protection. Another cat. The life of a cat. Just kind of roam around, and what a life, right? I wouldn't mind that. Beats working. I wanted to thank a lot of my subscribers that do make the comments. It's really fun to listen to your perspective on things. The last video I did, one of the videos, I don't know if it was my very last one, about the tires, the Michelin tires and the Pirelli tires and the Schenko tires. I'll probably go with the Michelin City Grips. It seems to be the most, out of all the reviews and everything. Pirellis are great too, and so is Schenko. None of those are bad that I listed on that video. I'm just saying, personal choice, the way I ride and stuff, I'm looking for, like I said, I'm more comfort than anything. And I think the Michelin seems to be, from what I read, are the smoothest and most comfortable ride out there. But the other ones are great too. I would get Pirellis I think I would get the Pirelli Angel scooter if I did more of this commuting. If I was like riding this bike every day and this was my only means of transportation, I'd probably get the Pirelli. But for the hobby of riding, just for fun, and this is more or less a toy, it's not a commuter bike or anything, although I can do that, I'm going to go with probably the City Grip 2 Michelin. Now, if I was on a tight budget and I just couldn't afford anything else, the Schenkos are a lot less expensive, but at the same time, they're still quality tires. So that would be good for somebody on a really, really tight budget. And what hell, the way America is right now, and you know, you have to be on a tight budget right now. So I get it. But I'm not going to need tires for a long time. What do I have on here? I have 1,369 miles. Don't laugh. Don't laugh at me. Yes, I've had this bike almost 2 years. I get that. But at the same time, I had a lot of other stuff going on where I couldn't ride like I wanted to. But that's okay. This thing's going to last me forever. I plan on it anyway. I like it. I just, the simplicity of this thing is just so much fun. You just twist and go, and you stop. And is this the, yeah, I think this was the way I want to go. Kind of got lost where I'm at. Yeah, this is that horrible road that's, oh my gosh, Jesus. This is that road I complained about in another video. It's like speed bumps the whole way. No matter if you go slow or fast, you're still gonna have to deal with it, so I just go through it. Damn it, Christmas. But yeah, so I plan on keeping the scooter, like I said, for forever. It's easy, I can work on it. I got the service manual, as many of you know. So I probably, when the time comes that I need to do a little bit more complex maintenance, I'll put videos out there on that. I'm gonna record any type of maintenance I do on this bike. I will definitely create the video for it, because I know my subscribers who have the same bike really appreciate that. So we did the oil changes, we did the gear oil change, kind of covered tires. What else did I do? Now, you know, this is just the maintenance stuff. Oh, the air filter, air cleaner, and these are things that you guys can do. It doesn't take a lot of tools, you know. It's just basic socket set and a little bit of knowledge and the ability to get on your hands and knees. That's the only hard part for some people. I get that. I don't like crawling around on the ground anymore at my age, but I don't have a bicycle lift or a motorbike lift, but that'd be cool to have. Some of the other, spark plug. So I did about 5, I think, videos on just different things you can do. Trying to think what else. But when it comes to changing like more complex stuff, that'll be interesting. The service manual is nice, and it looks like it's very basic, but you know, honestly, the service manual does have, I think, everything you need to get the job done. It doesn't go into great detail of how to get to this and that and what you got to remove first. It just kind of shows you pictures, you know. Just like when I did the air cleaner video, it wasn't clear if I had to remove that other cap piece where that hose was attached to it. Wasn't clear on that, so I wound up removing it, but you don't really need to, apparently. It's just more or less like 7 screws and you can get right to the air cleaner. So this bike is very easy to work on, in other words. Yeah, now when it comes to replacing, you know, more like difficult things where you're like doing engine work and cylinders and you know, that kind of stuff, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't think I'm going to tackle that stuff. I probably will never have to deal with that the way I ride, I should say. Okay, we're back to the horse again. I think I'm gonna probably head back to the homestead. I got a lot to do today, a lot of little things I got to get caught up on. So I'll put this video out, just a ride video, kind of just yakking, and we'll see how it goes. Turkey Vulture friend again. He's like, oh my gosh, man, would you quit bothering me? I'm trying to eat here. All right, I'll leave you alone. So this is what they call the Waldon ponds golf course community area. And I love some of these little studio patio homes. I don't even know if some of these have basements. I don't think they do. Maybe they do. Can't tell sometimes, but you got your larger homes, your 2 stories and stuff. And so the golf course runs around this whole community. Got little lakes and stuff here and there. So it's a very nice, tranquil setting. But I don't know if I'd want to live right on the golf course, especially like by a tee box or something, because that would be a little noisy at times, you know, especially if people are drinking and stuff and hooping and hollering. I wanted to show you, is this the one? No, you know where I ride sometimes, I'll show you when we get back to it, like kind of behind my house. I'll ride through the subdivision real quick that I was telling you about, that they stuck behind our house. And this only happened a couple years ago, so this is where I'm going to be riding here shortly is actually fairly new. Not here yet, but it'll be down here a little ways. Because this was always here when we moved in. This area right here I'm riding through. And that wasn't too bad. It was just a kind of a buffer zone. I think one of these homes, was it this one? No, this one caught on fire one day. This home was destroyed years ago by a fire. That one right there. Like at least half of it, but it was a total. And they had to rebuild that whole home. Oh, they're finally building a home here. Look, here we go. This lot has been vacant for probably as long as we've lived here. There you go. There's a nice little ranch, but my goodness, is that close to the road. See, it's kind of weird. They got these homes back here that are right behind it, and you got to share a driveway. Like this driveway has its own... No, I'm sorry, this one actually... But there's a driveway back there that you have to kind of go past another house to get to your home, you know what I mean? On a driveway, which is interesting. It's a nice little ranch. I can imagine this thing's probably, if I were to guess, in this subdivision... 400,000 maybe? Maybe not. They're not cheap anymore. Shit, prices on houses are just skyrocketing. But see this lot right here? This lot has been here ever, like for as long as this subdivision existed. Maybe as long as we lived here. So going on what, 19 years? It's just like nobody's buying it. Too expensive. I'm gonna watch this guy tee off real quick here. Come on, you can do it. I don't know if you guys could see this because it's probably with a super wide view. This is a little par 3 and looks like a pretty good hit. Not too bad, a little short, but I think he hit the green. Maybe not. Little pitch wedge and he's good to go. It'd be kind of cool though, and at the same time, to have a house that you can still see like the golfers and stuff, like, but not be like right on it. Well, anyway guys, I think I'm gonna cut it short here and end this video with hey, there goes my wife and daughter actually taking a walk. Yeah, I'll cut it short here, and again, thanks for all my subscribers. I appreciate your patience when I put these videos out. Appreciate your donations and all that good jazz. And don't forget about the other stuff coming up. Like I said, I'm going to be starting some, especially in the winter when I get my studio downstairs the way I want it. I think I'm going to start doing some lives and see what happens. I don't have as many subscribers as some of the bigger channels that do lives, but hey man, if I even have one person that wants to yak or something some evening, that'll be cool. If I do a live, I might do a live doing some type of, maybe an installation of something on the bike, you know, maybe a an option or something. I have some things in mind. I think I want to install my luggage rack in the back, you know, put a rack on the back and get that installed so I can put a box on this thing. So we'll see, but that's probably going to be more in the winter. But I have to figure out some way to heat up this garage because it gets cold around here in the winter. You might see these little, these are called what are these called? These are, we went camping with some friends, honey melons or something like that. I can't remember, but what these little, they're not tennis balls, they're shit, I can't remember the name, honey something, but they're real sticky. You don't really want to touch them, but if you put these like kind of around your house and stuff, they ward off like insects and stuff and mice. And since we have critters living under our porch, I put these around here to see if that'll help, but probably not. Yeah, it's honey, not honeydew, honey badger. I don't know. You'll probably be laughing at me. I forget the name of them, but that's why that's what those are. If you're like wondering what the hell are those things like around his house.